3 minutes before we start. Thank you for all being here too. Appreciate it. Good afternoon. To begin our ceremony today, in keeping with time-honored tradition for military and veterans gathering, we will begin with posting of the colors, singing our national anthem, and reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. We are honored to have the VFW Regional Color Guard present the colors, accompanied to the colors. Please rise if you are able to for posting the colors, the national anthem, and Pledge of Allegiance. Please remain stand for the national anthem and the Pledge of Allegiance.
And salute.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And now the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, color guards. You may be seated.
Post colors about face.
Audience, please be seated as well.
About face. Left face. Forward, march.
Please join me in a round of applause for Kyle Gall from the Cascadia Pipe Band, the VFW Regional Color Guard, and Sound Station at Edmonds. I'm Rachel Clem, and I'm the director of the Black Box Theater here at Edmonds College. And I want to welcome you, and also as we come together as a community, we like to take a moment to acknowledge the land on which the college resides. Edmonds College acknowledges the Coast Salish tribes, bands, and First Nations people, including the Snohomish, Duwamish, Tulalip, Suquamish, Snoqualmie, and many others as their successors and as the original inhabitants of the land where Edmonds College sits and where the diverse communities we serve live, study, and work. Since time immemorial, the Coast Salish peoples have hunted, fished, gathered, and taken care of these lands. We respect their sovereignty, their right to self-determination, and honor their sacred spiritual connection with the land and water. We will strive to be honest about our past mistakes and bring about a future of inclusive Indigenous partnerships that include their families, stories, and voices to form a more just and equitable society. This acknowledgement only becomes meaningful when combined with accountable relationships and informed actions that support student success and community engagement. This is a first step in acknowledging our history, honoring this land, and sustaining our ongoing relations with Indigenous peoples. Thank you.
Welcome to Edmonds College's 12th Annual Memorial Day Ceremony. My name is Matt Durkee, and I serve as the director of the Edmonds College Veterans Resource Center, as well as a member of the Memorial Day Committee. I served in the Army from 1990 to 1998, which includes a deployment to Kuwait and Iraq with the 18th Airborne Corps from Fort Bragg, North Carolina. In 1991, over the course of my 10 years of service, I was stationed at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, and Camp Casey with the 2nd Infantry Division in Korea. We are honored by your presence today. We also deeply appreciate the support of our Edmonds College community. Your participation each year makes a profound statement, ensuring that our fallen heroes and their families are never forgotten. Now, at this time, it's my pleasure to introduce our special student veteran MCs for this ceremony, Rafael Carrera and Arthur Walton.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Rafael Carroll III. I served in the U.S. Navy on DDG 92, which was stationed not far from here in Everett, Washington. I am currently a student veteran here, and I am working at the Veteran Resource Center here at Edmonds College. Alongside my amazing supervisors, Matt, Andrew's not here, and Mr. Dennis Gibbs is in the crowd over there, as well as everyone involved in keeping the VRC a safe and fun environment for veterans like myself. Here's one of the previous shipmates and now co-worker, Arthur Watson.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I am Arthur Walton. I am also a student veteran here at Edmonds College. During my time in service, I served on board the USS George H.W. Bush, stationed out of Norfolk, Virginia, as well as the USS Momsen out of Everett, now in San Diego. During my time in service, I was awarded the opportunity to deploy to South America and operate with the Chilean and Peruvian military. Thank you.
It is my privilege to welcome Dr. Amit Singh, President of Edmonds College, to the stage.
Good afternoon. Welcome, everyone. My name is Amit Singh, President of Edmonds College. It's an honor to gather here to commemorate Memorial Day with you by remembering the brave men and women who paid the ultimate price for our freedom. As we reflect, it's important to remember the freedom we enjoy are precious, but are not guaranteed. Since the founding of this country, they've faced threats from all sides. The servicemen and women who died for our country, many of them young, their whole lives ahead of them, knew the value of America and its ideals and raised their hands when the call came to protect them. I'm glad to be with you today as we take this time to honor their selfless service and to express our gratitude for their courage to defend and protect the principles we all hold dear. I would like to express our thanks to Matthew Durkee, the Veterans Resource Center, and all those who helped put this event together this year. Thank you, and good to see all of you.
Thank you, Dr. Singh. We are humbled and honored to have you here. We appreciate the support and acknowledgement for our veteran community here at Edmonds College.
We would like to take a moment to acknowledge and recognize those seated around you. Specifically, we would like to acknowledge any elected officials and our Edmonds College Board of Trustees who are present to please stand up.
Continuing with our acknowledgement, if you are a student veteran here at Edmonds College, we would like to recognize you. Please stand. There we go. Thank you. If you are currently serving in the armed forces and able to stand, please stand and wave. These individuals have taken the oath to defend the values we hold so dearly. There is no greater calling nor any higher sacrifice than to serve one's country and protect things we hold so dearly.
Please stand or wave if you are a veteran. There you go. That's more like it. These veterans have done their duty, giving those that serve today the foundation to keep our freedom and a way of life safe and secure. Anyone who is a family member of a veteran or anyone currently serving in our armed forces, please stand up or wave and be recognized. These brave people are the reason those in uniform do what they do. They watch their family members go out and then wait for them to come back home. This is perhaps the hardest job of all. Last, and perhaps most importantly, we acknowledge those who have made the supreme sacrifice for our freedom and the family members they have left behind. I want to draw your attention to POW/MIA table, which is set for one. They may be gone from us physically, but they will not be forgotten. We remember their courage and selflessness and are inspired by it in our daily lives as we face and overcome our greatest challenges. Today, we honor the sacrifice of our American service members. We gave their lives to protect the freedom we cherish. From World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, and both Gulf Wars, their bravery inspires us to strive for a stronger nation and to be better Americans.
Thank you, Raphael. I am honored to introduce Don Latchman to the stage. A Seattle native, Don Latchman dedicated his life to serve, beginning with his U.S. Army Medical Department tenure in orthopedics and septic surgery. and medical supervision after combat medic course and clinical specialist school graduation. He then transferred to public service with the City of Seattle, Latchman and Lacing Public Affairs before spending 2007 to 2018 at the Washington State Department of Veteran Affairs. Supporting vulnerable veterans, a mission he continued with the West Care Foundation until 2022. He retired. And currently, he actively contributes his veteran community through Shoreline Heroes Cafe, Chair Seattle Garden, and Home Depot and Team Depot veteran events. Thank you.
Well, first off, I want to welcome all of you, and I want to welcome the veterans today for this opportunity to share a few thoughts. I have 10 minutes, and I have my 2 timekeepers there. They're going to make sure if I go over. And then I have a backup with Steve and Dennis over to throw something at me if I go too long. So I want to thank you for this opportunity. And first off, I just want to know, here today, who do we have who served in the Coast Guard? Could you stand up or raise a hand? Any Coast Guard members? How about Air Force? Any Air Force today? Oh, Air Force, yeah. Thank you. Marines. Marines, always a Marine. Never, yeah, always a Marine. Navy. All right. Army. Yeah. Ooh. And we wouldn't want to forget our newest addition, Space Force. Now, I'll be surprised if we have a Space Force member here, but we are going to mention them because they're part of the branch military now. So, a couple of quick things tonight. I want you to know that, like all of you here, or most of you here, I'm not a public speaker. I get nervous about it, and I'll just do the best job I can today and go forward. I am a Vietnam-era veteran. I did not get deployed to Vietnam. I saw a different perspective of the war through orthopedic surgery and septic surgery and spending many, many, many hours with young men who had been horribly injured and were recovering. So I saw the best in people and had the opportunity to get to know a lot of veterans and spend time with our service members. I've been really blessed, and part of it is that I found in my work, and it was mentioned that I've worked for the Washington State Department of Veterans Affairs for decades, is that no matter the politics, I saw the best in people and community. Over and over, they wanted to do something meaningful to help and support our veterans and their families. I had the opportunity to travel around the state to these rural areas. It was just a great experience, and I feel just, again, seeing the best in communities. And I know there's a lot of challenges out there now and other things going on, but that's still my experience now, and it makes a difference in one's day. When I think about veterans and service members, we are a unique population in our country. There's no getting around it. Less than 1% of our population in the United States goes into the military. We are a small group, and that's part of the reason why we have this unique bond with other veterans and service members, because we've been there, we've walked in those shoes. And while we may all have different military occupational specialties and different traditions and certain traditions and language in each branch, there's a common factor in all of it, and one of them is the drill sergeant. For most of us, our first experience was the drill sergeant, and I will tell you, I needed that. Part of the reason that I went into the Army in 1970 is I'd sort of taken a few days and years off while in high school and decided I needed discipline, and who could give it better than a drill sergeant? So I joined up, and unfortunately during my boot camp, I did the ultimate mistake, ultimate error. I fired on the firing range before being directed to, and I want you to know, hell visited me for many days. It was quite an experience. It's like, just glad to get through it. I spent part of the day in a garbage can holding the 2 largest rocks I could find in my arms with my nose touching an outhouse that I'm sure had not been changed since the Spanish-American War. And I'll tell you, nobody looks. Nobody gets the looky-loos, because as soon as they get the looky-loos, they join you. That's the rule. So we have that common experience, but what I found here in the time, I wanted to just stress the opportunity we have to really honor and remember our service members, their families, and our veterans by getting involved. And we just have a unique community here of activities going on. And we're witnessing in a time in our country where the traditional American Legion, VFW, most of them are declining in membership, and they're struggling. But at the same time, we have these new initiatives occurring, and I speak of opportunities for people to get involved, for veterans to get involved and help other veterans, because that connection is so good. I see it at the Heroes Cafe. That's a local program started here in Linwood with Gary and volunteers, and now it's in Shoreline, now it's in Woodinville. You have places from around the country asking about it, but starting it is because we are faced with a period of severe isolation and depression, and it impacts veterans a lot in terms of that. And part of the growth of doing these things in the community was to provide an opportunity, an event where they could come and be part of something. So part of my hope is that for some of you, we'll talk to family members and friends who say, I'd like to do something, I'd like to be involved. And what I said was, don't make it grandiose. Simple little things change lives. Showing up at the Heroes Cafe and helping serve food, helping with the setup or takedown, offering rides, being part of transportation. There are so many opportunities to serve veterans and lift up their life. And so I really encourage, as you think about remembering and honoring veterans, that you'll think about action and doing something substantive. And I value ceremonies. I value that time for people to share and have grief and to acknowledge service. But at the same time, after that, being able to help someone get to a meal, get to a doctor's appointment, participate at something here at Edmonds College because they have a ride, makes all the difference. And so I hope that as part of the takeaway today, you'll think about that. And what I say to people, you're really doing something great for yourself, because all the research shows that when a person volunteers, it improves their mental health, improves their physical health and well-being. It reduces isolation and depression. I mean, study after study. So again, I encourage you, as we celebrate this day and we honor this day, that we think about opportunities that we or our friends can bring to some of these volunteer opportunities to help lift up other veterans' lives and other families' lives. So I thank you for your time today, and I thank you for your service.
We would like to thank you, Mr. Don Lashman, for your inspirational speech and for both your military service and community service. At this time, we invite you to view a slideshow honoring the veterans within our community.
We would now like to welcome Matt Durkee to explain the battlefield cross.
The battlefield cross, the fallen soldier's battle cross, or the battle cross, is a time-honored military memorial that symbolizes the honor, service, and sacrifice of those killed in battle. This touching memorial is a life-size with meticulous attention to every detail. The fallen soldier battle cross is made up of soldiers' belongings. The rifle is thrust into the ground, signifying that the soldier died in battle, fighting to the end. The boots carry a soldier through the fight for freedom and are placed at the base of the rifle. They are worn and dirty to remind us of that final march. Dog tags are worn by every service member and are imprinted with information about the individual soldier. The dog tags are hung from the rifle so that the name of the fallen will never be forgotten. The helmet is placed on top of the rifle, representing what that person stood for and that the battle is over. The Battle Cross Monument is a powerful way to honor and remember the tremendous sacrifice of our American soldiers.
The wreath will be laid by Matt Durkee, Director of Veteran Resource Center, after which we will observe a moment of silence to honor those we remember on this Memorial Day. And now, the laying of the wreath.
Thank you, Kyle. You can now be seated. In just a moment, to end our ceremony for military, Chris Edwards will play taps. But before that, Yetmir Thompson, our Marine Corps student here at Edmonds College, will recite the poem Flander Field.
Good afternoon, everyone. What can I say about my military service? It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. As my colleague has mentioned, I served my time in the United States Marine Corps, originally trained as a mortarman, but got tasked out to various other jobs as well, some of which being a M2 turret gunner, forward observer, and of course an ever-trusted post stander. Today I've been given the honor of reading a poem that holds deep meaning. I can only hope to give it the justice that it deserves. In Flanders Fields by Lieutenant Colonel John McCrae. In Flanders Fields, the poppies blow, between the crosses, row on row, that mark our place, and in the sky, the larks, still bravely singing, fly, scarce heard amid the guns below. We are the dead. Short days ago, we lived, felt dawn, saw sunsets glow, loved, and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders Fields. Take up our quarrel with the foe. To you from failing hands we throw. The torch be yours to hold it high, if ye break faith with us who die. We shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders Field. It was an honor to be a part of today's ceremony, and I do thank you all for joining us. Cheers.
Color guards, please retire the colors.
Guard 10 foot, ready, face, forward, march. Color left. Color guard, halt, left face, flag bearers about face, cover the colors. Bow face. Left face. Forward, march.
So this concludes our ceremony. You are welcome to join us in the hallway for some light refreshments. Thank you.